Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Today I got a set of Eibach leveling struts for the front of the Lightning. Now I know on another video I put in the spacers above the coils, and I decided I want to go a different route. I think it's just the better way to go about it. Here are the Eibach struts. So to get your height, you're actually gonna compress the spring more than stock to get your height. This way you don't have the extra 1.5 inch of drop at full extension, just in case you're off-road or for whatever reason the front end lifts up. You're going to have more extension than normal, which will put a little more stress on your half shafts and stuff. So I think I'm just going to go with this route. Plus this will stiffen up the springs a little bit, and also different damping than stock. So I just think it's not much more money, and you can just get better results. So what I did is, now I have a rough country 2-inch. I set these at 1.6 because I'm okay with it just being a little bit lower than it was. So this would be 0 ride height. So you see the difference. Like if you were to set, I already set those both. This will be all the way down here. So that's how much tighter the spring is going to be. So let's get started. I'm probably just going to do it because I'm going to use a spring compressor to put the spring on. But as far as mounting it and dismounting it from the vehicle, I'm not going to show that because that's on another video. I can show you this right now. Right here, there is a gap between the upper control arm and this shock mount, and there is a gap between the A-arm and the spring. And this is at full extension right now. Here is the other side with the spacer. We are touching it right there at full extension, and the spring is touching right here. So you can see that it is better to have the spring do the lift instead of a spacer. But if you're just on the street, it's probably fine. But I also was thinking that on hard acceleration, the front end on these trucks lift up as it is, even when the front end's lowered, at stock height, and you're already extending pretty far. And I'm just thinking of the extreme angles, the half shafts. It's just that much better I think, for this, because I know the Model S has issues with their half shafts when the suspension is raised compared to lowered. Okay, so I don't have like a Sharpie that's not black, so I just etched the little lines in the spring. So when you take this spring off, or take the shock out or whatever, you can kind of get it really close to where it should go, so that it just goes right back in the truck and lines up, so that the bottom bolt holes line up with the top. And here's the difference between the two. This is about a 1/2 inch taller, mounted higher up than this one. All right, so this was probably the hardest part of the whole thing, because I have the tool everybody's afraid to use, but I know there's crazy people like me that will use it. So you kind of have to take this thing apart so that you can get this on there, because of the way you kind of got to like roll these in place. You can't just put it on without it, because the gap is not that much. So you have to totally disassemble it and reassemble it. And you have to take it apart apart again when you take it off. But it will work. It barely works, but it works. So you see how I had to do that? I had to put the pieces in first and then thread this in. And let me get the other one on, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so to use this, because of the way it is, you have to use an extension so that you can get past the hat and get on the head. Now, like I said, if you got the other tool for this, that would be the way to go, but this is how I'm doing it. So just like on the other one, I had to hold the top with an 8mm and then it's a 17mm nut. Alright, so I got the nut off. Just pull this top. You want to take the bump stop out. And now you want to take this with a hammer and you're going to knock this off the end here. I have this off, and you just drop it onto the other one. It's going to have the sleeve on there already. And then it's just going to line up with the bottom of the coil. It's going to move around until you get this thing all tightened up. Like, you want to get it to where it's almost done. And then you can get it exactly where you need it to be. Usually when the nut goes back on, you can say bomb just used. So now I'm gonna use the 3/4 and tighten this thing up, and then I'll release the spring and line up my marks on the spring and everything to line this thing up. So now I'm going to do the best I can to hold it aligned with my marks down the spring, and then back off each side of the compressor. Now, just like the other one, that rubber pretty much lines up, the spring lines up at the top. It's pretty close with the bottom. The top slotted a little bit to get for a little give to make this a little easier when you put in, but it's pretty good. Now, to show how much easier it is when the spring is used as the lift help to get this back in. And that's it. Instead of fighting, I didn't have to fight anything. So now I just got to put the bolts in and call it good. Alright, so the other side's done. Good to go. So all I got to do is set it on the ground and check it out. So it should be about a 1/2 inch lower than it was, which is, I kind of wanted it that way just because when I do put a trailer on it, I do want it to sit level with the trailer. So here's the look of it sitting outside with a wider view here. It's close enough to where it was before that you can't really tell. So driving it, it's slightly firmer, and but it feels more quality, I think, with that shock, because or the new struts, because the whole like, I don't know, if you would hit a little ripple of bumps, you would get like a shuddering sound in the front, like the suspension couldn't keep up with it. And now that's gone. And I also had a low speed, say 5 miles an hour. If you were off road, you would get a slight I don't know, tapping or clicking sound. Not clicking, but slight knocking sound, I guess. I don't know. In the front suspension, it felt like something was loose, and I went over all the bolts, and no matter what I did, it still made that sound. But that's gone too with these. So I think the overall expectations were exceeded as far as what I think between a spacer and doing it this way. With the spring being a little tighter, it's going to be a little better when it comes to putting a load, putting a winch hanging off the front bumper, or the snowplow off of the receiver hitch. Not that I'm going to drive down a road like that, but I mean, it just will help with that. But no, I'm very pleased with the performance of these struts compared to just using a lift spacer. Yeah, so I would recommend them if you're looking at, and you can go up to 2.6 inches with the adjustment. It goes from 0 to 2.6. I set it at 1.6. I don't really notice much of a difference between the 2-inch. Obviously, you're not going to. It's a 1/2 inch, but I'm just going to leave it where it is. Putting it at the 1.6 instead of 2 just gives it just a slight rake more than I had for adding weight in the bed or putting a trailer on it. And I think I would rather have it like that and sitting level than having the back end lower than the front, because I don't want that. So that's where I'm going to leave it. So until next time, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we will catch you on the next one.